What would have happened if Nico Rosberg had never retired from F1? Well, that's what we're going to try and do in this career mode. We're going to see what could have happened. So, we're starting career mode today as Nico Rosberg replacing Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes team, switching up the career mode a bit, seeing what it's like to be at a top team straight away. It's going to be aside to my other career mode, guys, so we're going to be running them both at the same time. But yeah, we're going to do one-shot qualifying and then we're going to jump straight into the race with this one. So, these videos are going to be about 35 minutes long. They're going to be live commentary the whole race. You guys are going to see every little mistake in there. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy the series. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're a fan of Rosberg or you despise him a little bit after the last couple of years. That would be interesting to see. Whether you're a bit of a Hamilton fan who doesn't really like Rosberg, it would be interesting to see. Anyway, Melbourne, first round of the season, and it's going to be one-shot qualifying because I do like sort of a longer qualifying session on my other career mode, but I want to put the pressure on straight away in this season and, well, just absolutely go for it. We're still going to do a bit of practice. We're going to do that off camera, get the resource points, because I know some people aren't that interested in me getting resource points and all that sort of stuff, so that's going to be skipped in this. We're going to go straight into quali and then into the race. It also might save a couple of gearboxes and engine components. Right, so pressure's on as we head on the main straight here to start our first qualifying lap of the season here in Australia. And are we going to be able to go good here today? I'm going to be a bit cautious the first corner. I'm not going to worry too much about an amazing lap time here straight off the bat because I know I'm not too good around Australia. It's not my best track in the world. And it was quite close between the Mercedes and the Ferrari in real life. But I think the Ferrari probably did slightly edge it. But if we can be within maybe half a second of Lewis Hamilton, I would be happy with that. Although Rosberg would of course not be happy with that in real life, but I'm not Nico Rosberg, not quite as quick, but I still wanted to try this, see if it would be a cool little career mode, trying it with the top team straight away and seeing what it's like. I mean, we start off with loads of resource points actually. I've got to tell you guys about that. We start off with 3,500 resource points. That's mad. That's what the team allocates you, which is, I mean, quite crazy to be perfectly honest, considering where I am with Williams. You're basically scraping the barrel each race weekend. Right, are we going to be able to have a good last sector into P4 right now? So I assume just both Ferraris and my teammate ahead of me here as we go into the last sector. Could we nab P3 away from maybe Raikkonen? I'm assuming he's probably in that position right now. In my other career mode, Raikkonen's doing really well. Like, no offense to him, but it's a little bit unrealistic. Maybe it might be a bit more of a realistic battle between Hamilton and Vettel in this one. Hopefully us as well. Around the final corner, DRS wide open. Looks like it's going to be P4. Not the greatest lap time in the world there. Quite a bit of Sebastian Vettel, but we're in the mix for quali. So not for quali. We're in the mix for the race. So it should be interesting. It should be interesting whether we're going to be able to keep up with those guys. But yeah, quite far off, nearer to the Red Bulls. So I sort of expected that. I am using a custom setup. Haven't done too many laps, but I'm just rattling off the driver's excuses right now. We're going to hopefully jump into this race here and, you know, fight with these guys a little bit more. But if we, you know, keep up the pace, maybe there's a chance one of them will retire. Who knows? We will see. We'll see as the race goes on. But generally, stuff happens in these career mode races. I'm not going to lie. In comparison to the previous career mode races, where everything just sort of start to finish, no retirements. In this this season, you definitely do get big teams retiring, small teams retiring. Just a general interesting race. But loading. Let's see. Why do we have to go back to the menu? It is a bit annoying. It is a little bit annoying. Losing rivalry. Oh, Ferrari aren't liking me. But Renault are. Renault are really liking the fact that I put in a bad performance there, which is quite funny. But that might be just Renault really desperate for a drive or driver for next season to replace Jolyon Palmer. Anyway, so that's good enough start to the season. We're gonna jump into the race now, I think, because let's be honest, quality's interesting and all, but I think you guys are here for the race. So let's. Oh, we've got a voicemail. Who cares about that? We'll just jump straight into the race. Hamilton's beating me 2-1. Unfortunately, there wasn't really a character model that looked much like Rosberg, so just sort of had to wing it a little bit and get someone that was sort of like him. But, yeah, so this is going to be an intense battle here. Hopefully I have better race pace than quali pace. I always feel I normally do, but could be completely wrong. It could be the other way around, and we just do terribly. But I think 90% difficulty level, okay, not amazing, but I think that's about right for me personally. So we'll see. This race should be interesting, but I need to pick up the pacing in the race. But then Australia isn't my best track, so it's like thinking about all these things that, you know, could using an excuse basically. Anyway, we'll look at the lights at the top of our screen here for the first race. This Rosberg career mode, and the lights are out, and away we go. Raikkonen gets a great start, as does Ricciardo behind. Try and hold on the inside line here. Raikkonen's battling for the lead side by side with Vettel and Hamilton into the first corner. This can't go well, surely, as Ricciardo breaks late around the outside, and I think there was a bit of wheel-to-wheel contact. Vettel's down to P3 after starting on pole, and Raikkonen's into the lead, but Hamilton's challenging him down the inside, side by side between the Ferrari and the Mercedes driver, just like 2007 all over again. Hamilton and Raikkonen battling it out, but looks like Raikkonen maintains the lead, which might be good for us, to be honest, because Raikkonen's probably the slowest of the three. So if we can keep up with these guys, that would be pretty solid. But Ricciardo right up behind us is putting the pressure on as well. We know we have a faster car than that Red Bull, but it could come back to haunt us, because he's still a good driver, Mr. Ricciardo. He's still a good driver. Even though that car isn't too good, he'll put the pressure on because it is his home race. We've got a good run on Mr. Vettel here. Really nice run on Vettel. Probably should have gone for that, to be honest, but he's had a slow run through the corner. Which way we're going to go? Down the outside of Vettel. Whoa, he's closed the door a little bit there. Trying to go around the outside. Gone around the outside of Sebastian Vettel. He's gone from first to fourth on the first lap of this race. It's not had a good start. That sort of skirmish with Vettel has definitely lost us some time there. That's not exactly what we needed on the first lap of the race, but I needed to get past Vettel at all costs there, but he's had a good run. He's had a better run than I have out of the last corner. It's not going to be quick enough into the first corner though. I was being a bit sort of cautious into the first corner in the qualifying session. I think that's where I lost a decent amount of my time. So maybe, just maybe, we can make up some time. But it still was nearly a second the gap between myself and pole position Vettel. But Vettel's behind me right now, so it's probably a good thing Raikkonen, who qualified third, is leading this race, because there's more of a chance we'll catch up to him than Vettel. So let's see. Got to monitor the gaps. 2 seconds to these guys. I just need to not be too scruffy with my lines here. I think I'm generally quite consistent, but I do have the odd mistake like that, going a bit deep into that corner, and Vettel's going to have a better run than me. We do have more top end speed though, so we should be okay. We should be okay. Hamilton's really putting the pressure on Raikkonen. Up to 2.5 seconds now, but I think we have a nice run through that corner. That's pulled us away from Vettel a little bit and pulled us closer to Hamilton. People are probably going to be wondering what difficulty level I'm on. 90% is where I'm at right now. All assists are off except from medium traction control. So I know more people are probably going to be running all assists off and that sort of stuff, but at least I don't use the racing line, that sort of stuff, because I've got away from that at least. Anyway, 27.0, 27.3. Okay, so we lost a little bit of time there. Oh, that was a premature turning. Hamilton's going for Raikkonen. Is Raikkonen going to be able to hold it off? Oh, I'm getting a bit excited seeing them go side by side. Raikkonen's going to edge him out, I think, just about. Hamilton's got the inside line here, and he's pushed Raikkonen wide. Raikkonen's lost the position. He's down to P2. But them battling closely with each other has definitely helped me. I've gained some time here on Kimi Raikkonen. Back into the mix a little bit now with those two. But Raikkonen needs to try and stay with Hamilton. Hopefully he gets DRS on Hamilton. That's what I'm hoping. Pull us both up to the back to my teammate. Otherwise, I think Lewis Hamilton might pull away from this. He is very quick. We know that. Especially around Australia. He's had some good results around here. That wasn't such a good line through that corner. Got about a lap's worth of extra fuel here, which is solid. Also, just not to worry about stuff too much, because there's a likelihood one of these two cars could run into problems later in the race, and who knows, there could be a safety car that could really mix it up. Pitting at the right time really could help us out in this career mode. It's going to be a pretty intense battle the whole season between the Ferrari crews and the Mercedes crews. Not a good second half to that lap there. Sebastian Vettel is coming out with DRS, but it's not going to be quite close enough there. Raikkonen will be close enough, I think. I think Raikkonen will be close enough to Hamilton to get the DRS. That's going to pull him back in there. What am I doing at that corner? Just not doing that corner at all well. Right, come on. I think we're struggling in the middle sector mostly. That's where we seem to be gaining or sort of losing a lot of the time. Let's push it. Let's push it. But the thing is, I know if I push it, I'm going to end up in the grass. So it's like double-edged sword. I don't know what's going to happen. That was bad. Whoa. Sliding like crazy. Going to have to defend from Vettel. He's going to have a mega run on me here. Was not a good run whatsoever. See, pushing to the max did not help out there. Oh, taking out the bollard. Right, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. He's getting a bit too excited. It would actually be quite cool to have the driver number on the helmet as well, because I obviously put Rosberg's number 6 on the front of the car, but it would be quite nice for the custom helmets to have the number on the top as well, because I think it's a rule, isn't it, to have the number on the top of your helmet so everyone can identify who you are. So it would be pretty good for the Codemasters to allow that in the game. Raikkonen setting the fastest lap of the race. We actually ended up going faster on that lap. I just don't know whether we really had the pace here today. Maybe I'll just blame the ultra soft tyres. Maybe that's the problem. Who knows? The tyres are looking okay, but I'm assuming we're going to have to come in the next couple of laps. The car is pretty solid, I'm not going to lie. I assume the Ferrari is a bit more downforce, but Raikkonen's doing a good job at pestering Hamilton. Ooh, I think we caught a front wheel there. Yeah, oh no, we've lost a bit wide, got a bit wide, and Vettel's up our inside. Oh, he's robust there with his overtake. I can't turn in because Vettel's there. Damn it. And Ricciardo's right there as well. Right, maybe we can just sort of follow Vettel now. We probably see Vettel as the fastest car in this race. He just had a really unlucky first part of this race. So if we can try and follow Vettel, but we just don't quite have the downforce through the corners that the Ferrari has. Raikkonen's taken the lead off Hamilton again. Good battle between those two. Whoa, we're struggling. We're struggling. I'm pushing it a bit too much now to try and keep up with Vettel, but we're sort of in the mix still. We're sort of in the mix. I suppose we're alright, but I think Raikkonen's a little bit OP. I guess you guys would agree with me on that. Raikkonen's a little bit OP in this game. I mean, oh, Danny Kvyat is out of the race. Guess mechanical issues for DK. Pit window is open, but does he mean pit this lap? Very confusing messages, mate. Maybe if I can follow him a bit closely here, I can sort of see where his lines are and pick them up a little bit. This is weird. After driving the Williams for so long, obviously you learn the traits of the car and where it's quick, where it's not. Tell you what, Vettel is setting a soaring pace right now. In fact, I'm using DRS and I'm only just keeping up with him. He's absolutely flying. Oh, see there, just a little mistake over the curbs has lost us a couple of attempts. So that's the precious few attempts that we need.
Box, box, box.
Yeah, so we are boxing this lap. Slightly odd choice, boxing me first. I'll get the undercut probably on the AI, which if you guys saw my co-op career mode was definitely something that happened. Did you say yellow flag? Oh, it's probably, is that Kvyat's car outside the track? So Vettel's pitting. It's weird that I got first dibs, I'm not gonna lie. Weird that I got first dibs on the pits. How many other people are going to pit though? Hopefully not many people are close enough. We're first, aren't we? Good. No, we got held from somebody. Oh, we got held by loads of people. We lost a lot of time there to Vettel. We see Vettel just in front of us here. We got held for 2 cars. I didn't think they'd be close enough, to be fair. But we are coming out in slower traffic, so we might still be able to keep up with Vettel here. Oh, we've got Van Dorn in between us though. Vettel's come out side by side with someone. But now it's time to go for it. Time to go. We've actually got DRS, which is quite cheeky, out of the pit lane. So that's lost a whole heap of time. We get held up for 2 cars. It's held us up, well, no end. Because Vettel got, Vettel got out perfect time. But I got held. I think Ricciardo must have as well. So Verstappen, I think in the other Red Bull, might be doing a pretty solid job here. You might have a likely chance of being jumped up to P4 right now. We'll see. How good is my outlap? We're closing in. Vettel's getting stuck up behind someone. That's the thing is, you can't really get much of an undercut in 2017 because the mid-pack is so close. Wow. Look how slow the McLaren Honda is. Vettel's only just got past Verline. Hamilton's in pit lane. We need to get past Verline pretty quickly. We don't quite. Oh, we do have the traction. Do we have the horsepower? Just about to get down the inside. It's been a pretty good outlap, actually, to be fair. We've caught back up to Vettel. We're using our rich fuel mixture now to make sure we stay within the DRS zone of Mr. Vettel. Where is he exiting the pit lane? Hamilton's just coming down to the first corner now. There is Max Verstappen, I assume. Yes. Oh, we tried to turn him through the corner there, but he was placing his car right on the apex. Obviously, he couldn't really disappear. Hamilton has come out behind some lap traffic, though. Not lap traffic, slow traffic. I think we have been done a bit dirty, though. I think we've done a bit more dirty. Staying out one lap longer was actually much better strategy. Much better strategy. We'll remember that for the future. Now stuck up behind a Renault. It's Jolyon Palmer. Jolyon Palmer, please gonna help me out here, mate. Please help me out. Vettel, hopefully he's not gonna go for that move. Lewis is quite far out the road, actually. I don't know whether we're gonna be able to get past him. We're using a rich fuel mix, and we should be alright. We should be alright. What's Seb doing here? Seb's doing some weird stuff. Yes, come on, we got the slipstream and the rich fuel mix down the inside of him. Oh, we shifted it into second gear. Got a bit sideways. It's so close between us two. Right, we've got superior downforce, but he can't quite make it around the outside. Good stuff. Palmer's probably going to pit this lap. No, okay, let's just go down the inside of him then. The superior car by miles. That really illustrates how much quicker our car is. Stroll in front next. We've definitely lost time to the leading two, but there's still a chance of a podium here on our first race weekend for Mercedes. That would be pretty solid. Pretty happy with that. Right, so Stroll up next. Is that another Williams as well? I can't quite tell. So it's these two cars, and there's a bit of a gap to Hamilton. Purple first sector, but I suppose we had DRS, so it doesn't really mean much. Raikkonen is the race leader, though. He's got quite a solid gap on Hamilton, who I think did get stuck up behind. Oh, it's a Haas car. Stroll and a Haas. I think Hamilton got held up behind this Haas for a couple of corners. Lance Stroll probably not going to get him into this left-right, but we might get him on the exit. Whoa! Come on, Lance. Assuming if he does pit this lap, then I can switch it back down to standard, but if he doesn't, I'll keep it in rich fuel mixture to try and get past Magnussen. Okay, solid. Right, I can set the fastest lap of the race. Are we going to beat that? I doubt that, because we put contact there with Lance. No, not quite quicker. 5 seconds to Hamilton. And Vettel's 1.5 back. Our predicted position was P2. I think that's a little bit optimistic. But Mercedes obviously a very demanding team.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Well, let's see what we can do now. 6 or 5.5 laps remaining. Matched Hamilton in the first sector, but Vettel got closer. I think as soon as Vettel gets in the DRS zone, I'd say it's a given he's going past me. Should be a bit too. I'm just being too cautious. The curbs there definitely lose you time as well. I realise I'm running a little bit low on fuel as well. Nice, now we got rid of that bollard, we can go through that corner much nicer. So it's 5.1 seconds to get up to Hamilton last time by, or last sector I should say. Turn in, see what it is at the line. I don't think we're going to catch Hamilton, to be fair, unless there's some sort of problem, but it's 5.1 seconds at the last split. What's it going to be? I felt like a decent enough last sector. Yeah, 2 temps gained on Lewis Hamilton in that last sector. Alright. I feel like we have decent pace on these super softs, but am I talking too early? Probably. This definitely is more of a challenge than it is in the Williams team with Lance Stroll as your teammate, I'll tell you that. No offense to Lance Stroll, I'm sure he's going to become a very good driver. I hope he becomes a good driver because obviously I quite like him. But it's much different to have a 3-time world champion as your teammate than a rookie. They definitely have some more pace and there's definitely more pressure on you. I'm trying to nail these corners now. I really want to make sure Vettel doesn't get within that DRS zone. So I know he'll be quite quickly past me if he does. Manage to get up to me. Purple in the first and second sector. Get down to 4.5. Okay, okay. The gap to Seb's nearly up to 2 seconds right now. I'm feeling pretty good right now. Ooh, slightly sliding through there, but we just about keep it in the right direction. Last corner, sorry, penultimate corner. So it's 4.5 to Lewis last time. Nearly flat through that last corner. Felipe Massa is out of the race, down to 18 cars. So we've gained maybe a tenth in that last sector, but it wasn't unfortunately quite purple lap. Means Kimi Raikkonen's fastest lap still stands, but we're slowly closing on Lewis, about half a second on that last lap. So hard to tell with the shadows where the turn-in point is and where the braking point is, but it's part of the challenge in Australia.
There's 3 laps of fuel
I wasn't supposed to do an Australian accent, by the way. I was just, yeah. Let's move on. Still faster than Lewis in the first sector, even though we're 4 tenths down on our best, which is quite good to see that we had that much pace, to be honest. Obviously, Lewis is on 1 lap newer tyres, so I would assume he'd have pace as the race goes on a little bit more. But oh, there's a yellow flag in. Oh, that's probably for Massa, isn't it? So it went up in that middle sector. 2.1 to Vettel, that's gone up, which is good. Right, so the caution's up here. Oh, he's just gone straight on down that road, that's cool. Whoa, a little bit leery. Whoa, a bit of a lock up there. Probably showing the tyres are getting a little bit degraded. Last corner. Get a bit sideways there, and that's not what we need. I don't think we're going to catch Lewis Hamilton, by the way, before anyone thinks that I think that. I'm just trying to make sure the gap to Vettel's really strong, really. So still over 2 seconds, which is good, but you know, monitoring your pace against your teammate is obviously the biggest thing. We didn't have the greatest pace on the Ultra Soft, so I was going to see how we compare on the Supers. I always like saying it, but Australia isn't one of my best tracks. I would like to state that. So hopefully later in the season we can challenge for some better results, but it's going to be a tough one with these guys as your rivals and teammates. 2.2 seconds to Vettel. Good stuff. Throw it through the corner. This car just has so much grip, it is insane. It makes you, like if I was racing the Ferrari as well, it would make me probably even more surprised. Not quite a top end speed I don't think with the Ferrari, but in comparison to them, oh, that's cheeky, I'm not gonna lie. That was not supposed to be a corner cut. He's lost his head. AlexZAfRo / Rosberg has lost his head. It would be nice if you change your glove colour as well, because obviously Rosberg had the iconic green, what was it? Yeah, greeny blue gloves. They look pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. But white, I mean, like Hamilton has the white gloves, and Vettel has the black gloves. It's quite strange that they didn't include Vettel's black gloves in the original game. Gap to Vettel's nearly up 3 seconds now. Okay, that's solid. 2 laps to go as well. We'll probably save some fuel on that last lap, guys. I was just going to keep pushing it until the last opportunity to see how much we can close the gap to Hamilton 2. Actually, we can probably save fuel through this sector here. You don't really need top end speed, so we'll just lean it through here.
There's
back into standard. This is where you need a bit of top end speed. I always remember on previous games, if you had it in the wrong fuel mixture going up this part of the track right here, if you had it in the wrong fuel mixture here, the AI would just fly past you. If you had it in lean here, the AI would just go straight past. Up to over 5 seconds now. I'm gonna try and get that under. I want to keep that under 5 seconds. That's maybe my goal for the remainder of this race. It's probably quite unlikely, but we'll see. We'll see whether we can do it. So we've got to still do a bit of fuel saving on the last lap. I think we've had a good race though, solid race. Getting back past Vettel after the pit stop stages. Hamilton's got an issue with 1 lap to go. Is it major though? Let's see how much time we gain. 4.3. Okay, so we had a purple last sector, but 3.3 to Vettel, which is good. How bad is this issue for Hamilton though? That's the thing. It could be nothing really. And we'll see through the next gap what it is. You can definitely feel it in the lean fuel mixture. I mean, he's definitely lost time, but nearly a second in the first sector, but unless it really gets bad, I don't think we're going to somehow get past Lewis. Why couldn't that happen a few laps earlier? Oh, okay, that's probably any chance of getting him done. Back into standard. I mean, he is slow, I mean, it depends, but I think...
The gap to the car ahead is 3.2 seconds. Okay.
Oh my god, I'm sorry guys, I don't want to use a flashback. On the last lap of the race. Oh dear, that was me just being a bit too like, must get past Hamilton. Let's take a wider line through the corner. I try not to use flashback guys, I apologise, but I mean we probably could have, well I don't know, I sort of gave up as soon as I saw the penalty thing because we ended up in the gravel, but I probably could have stayed 3 seconds ahead of Vettel to be honest, but anyway, I'd say a pretty solid first race. And Hamilton has issues right at the end there. Raikkonen wins. He's definitely OP in this game, I'm not going to lie. Last corner, after the start finish line. I'm interested to see what our lap times were in comparison to the top guys. But I think that was a pretty solid race. I'm pretty happy with that. Superb driving. Nico Rosberg on the podium. Back in Formula 1 after his shock unretirement. Good stuff. We're going to see the podium. We're going to be on it, which is nice to see. We had one podium in our other career mode side of Iron Williams. But let's skip to the podium. Yeah, it's the most like Rosberg I could find. It looks quite like, but it's got Rosberg's ears, but it looks quite like Bottas in the face. Raikkonen celebrating. Good stuff. Celebrations and champagne all over the place, but we'll have a look at the lap times. That's what I want to look at. Nice. So we're only 1/10 off Raikkonen, but we were quicker than Hamilton. But yeah, that first stint wasn't too good for us. The first stint wasn't too good. Vettel had the same lap time basically as Verstappen. Actually slower than Verstappen, and Ricciardo wasn't that far off as well. So yeah, Vettel had a poor race there, getting stuck behind at the start, but we made a position. I'm pretty happy with that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Obviously the standings will go down there. No, we won't, because I accidentally pressed that button. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Something a little bit different, and hopefully we'll continue this and you enjoy it. All right, see you guys around soon. Goodbye.